Welcome guys, this video is a little different. I go on a solo adventure to the US on my own. So if you spot an animal, please comment below. So I'm heading to Houston for my best friend's wedding because I am Matron of Honour. So, solo trip, here we go. I ended up catching a connection bus to Brisbane International Airport from Coolum Beach, and then I boarded a flight to New Zealand, flying Air New Zealand. And then at the airport in New Zealand, we got on another Air New Zealand flight all the way to Houston. Love long haul flights. Does anyone else like a long haul flight? I don't really sleep very well on these things, but you know, it is what it is. You can't exactly teleport to where you want to go. So we had a brief 2-hour stopover at Auckland. Could say that I did get to go to New Zealand, I suppose. Not that I left the airport. So on my second leg of the flight, I ended up getting this aisle seat with lots of leg room. Super handy. Anyway, after a very long 2 flights, I finally arrived in Houston, and it was straight to a Mexican restaurant for some Mexican and some cocktails. Just what you need. As it is Halloween time, there are lots of Halloween displays wherever you go. Staying at my friend's house, and this is Mr. Ed. Check out his trick. So yes, I'm here for my friend's wedding, so of course we must have a hen's weekend away. So we pretty much got up the next day and it was straight on the road for New Orleans. I have done this drive in the past. I do like driving from Houston to Louisiana. The scenery is absolutely beautiful. Louisiana is such a beautiful place to also visit. There is this very long bridge to cross. If you happen to know the name of this bridge, please comment below, as I cannot pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try. So the US videos, there'll be 3 videos. There'll be this one that has bits and pieces of everything that I did. There will be a separate one for NASA, and there will be a separate one for New Orleans. Louisiana still has several plantations that you can visit. One of the ones that we visited on this trip was Nottoway Plantation. Nottoway was a large sugarcane estate near White Castle in Louisiana. It was completed in around 1859 for John Randolph. There is more information about this plantation in my New Orleans video, so look out for that one. After visiting Nottoway, we made our way to New Orleans, where we grabbed a late dinner and of course some more cocktails. And here is a brief little snapshot of the Mississippi River. So let's just call New Orleans NOLA, because that's a whole lot easier. So we went walking around and exploring all the different streets and checking out all the little shops and all the amazing architecture. So we explored the French Quarter, which is the historic heart of New Orleans. It was founded in 1718. It's famous for its Creole buildings, wrought iron balconies, jazz music and lively streets. We visited Jackson Square, St. Louis Cathedral, Bourbon Street, Royal Street, Café du Monde for some beignets, and we also took a walk around to see what other things we could find, including praline shops, cayenne pepper shops, and even some voodoo. You can even do a ghost walking tour through NOLA, which is quite scary, which I did in the past on my last visit. And it gives you the history of NOLA back in the day. Apparently, NOLA is haunted and you are always in the presence of other presents. Haha. In my other video of NOLA, there is a much more in-depth look of what we got up to. This is just a little brief snapshot of what we saw. One place that you must visit is the Courtyard restaurant for the famous banana Fosters. So Courtyard by Two Sisters.
Da, 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 da.
So, Bananas Foster was actually created here in New Orleans at the Brennan's restaurant. And,
That's how the story goes.
well, what happened was they had a bunch of bananas, right? And they were going bad. It's the last thing you want at a restaurant. So the owner goes to the chef, right? And he says, sell all those bananas. So, this is banana with four. I'm sure he went through quite a few different recipes, but this one, the one that lasted, starts by caramelizing brown sugar and cinnamon together with some butter, along with a little banana liqueur here. Caramelize that, get it real hot. Brandy helps everything. A lot of wind right there.
Good, more brandy. No.
We used to work at a circus before this job. And then, after all that caramelized and the alcohol kind of burns off, we poured it over ice cream. And he made a special. It's sold. Now it's New Orleans staple.
Does anyone else take random photos outside your car window as you're traveling and think, oh look, this is cool, here's a bridge for you? And of course the classic American school bus. Love taking photos of just random things. After a lovely weekend in NOLA celebrating pre-wedding shenanigans, we made our way back to Houston for some more pre-wedding shenanigans. So the NOLA trip was for the bride, the mother of the bride, myself, and the bridesmaid, and then we headed back to Houston and hung out with the rest of the girls, and we went out for dinner, and then we went to a Wild West cowboy bar where there may have been some crazy mechanical bull riding, not by me. Interesting fact, when we turned up to this bar, the car in front of us was had one policeman on either side of the car trying to pull out this guy. It was rather interesting. Let's just say there were lots of interesting characters at this bar, all doing line dancing, drinking out of people's hats, shoes, and any other weird devices. You could even pay some guy to polish your shoes. Anyway, here we are, the bride on the mechanical bull. Great lot of fun was had by all. Certainly was a Texan bar, so to speak. Anyway, of course, on the way home we had to stop by a burger joint. We happened to stop by Whataburger. We even bought the taxi driver a burger. And we all pulled over in a car park and had a late night snack. And here is Mr. Ed going, "I think you missed your curfew." Funny cat. So like any wedding, there is always pre-wedding shopping or last-minute shopping to do. So I took this opportunity to visit some stores like Dollar Tree, Home Depot, and lots of other little stores. Even took a visit to Walmart. I love all the autumn displays and all the Halloween displays. Really is cool. Now, we did stop for ice cream at this fancy ice cream place. Check this out. While the bride was at a beauty appointment, I went and snuck off for some Mexican. And of course we had to catch a high school game. How cool is this?
Get after him! I think we should have number 1 for the Wildcat, for Hopper, and number 22 for the Wildcats. Just take turns running it back and forth. Kind of like.
Stop saying that out loud. It's the truth.
Wait, there's a scout meeting. Do I need to drop off anything at the scout meeting? Is there a reason why I need to go there? Are you sure there's not a reason why I need to go there? I know, but
We even got the opportunity to visit a gated community. We had a drive round and checked out all the Halloween decorations. Now, who knows what Houston is home to? Well, did you guess? NASA. So I have a separate video for NASA. So here is a brief little look at what we saw, but there is a whole different video for this. So NASA has day tickets or annual passes, and you can touch the moon at NASA. They have a whole section where you can see them testing out space suits for future missions. This is such a cool section to visit. They did make an interesting comment. They did say that in the audience, so in our tour group, there would be the young people in our group may one day be our future astronauts. That was pretty interesting. There is a lot to do at NASA, so I highly recommend to make this a full day adventure to get through it all. It is quite busy and it is quite crowded. There really is no quiet time to visit. It is always jam-packed with people. So highlights include Mission Control, astronaut training facilities, the Independence Plaza where a space shuttle replica is mounted on the original NASA 905 aircraft. You can also learn about the Apollo moon missions and the upcoming missions to the moon. And yes, NASA has a great souvenir shop, so make sure you bring your money. After NASA, it was time to go try some American barbecue. Yes, brisket, macaroni and cheese, lovely. These guys had ribs. I'm not a rib fan, but I did have plenty of brisket and plenty of macaroni and cheese. So another thing that we did for the visitors coming to the wedding from all over Australia and other places was we went to the Houston Museum of Natural Science. This was quite an interesting museum. You've got dinosaurs, your Egyptian mummies, all the usual museum stuff you'll find at a museum. I was really impressed with the Egyptian mummy display. It's probably one of the best displays I've seen at numerous museums I've been to on my travels in Australia and overseas. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So if you ever end up in Houston, come check out the museum. So the whole point of coming to Houston was to be part of her wedding. The wedding day is a private and special day for her, so I have not included anything of significance here. Let's just say it was a beautiful day and we had so much fun and lots of memories were made. It was such an honour to be her Matron of Honour. I had such a great time in Houston with my friend, and because we all used to live in WA together, it was great to catch up with all our old friends and have a fun time together with pre-wedding shenanigans and shenanigans at the wedding. Before we left, it was time for one more feast at an American barbecue, and then I made the long way home back to Brisbane. So like I said, there is a video on NOLA and there is a video on NASA. Thanks for joining me in this video. If you did spot an animal, please comment below. Actually, speaking about videos, there's also another video of what the boys got up to while I was having loads of fun in Houston. So yes, thanks guys for joining us this week on our interesting trip to the States. Actually, it was a bit longer than a week. I was gone for 3 weeks. We had lots of fun, lots of adventure, and yes, can't wait to share NOLA and NASA with you in the next couple of videos. Thanks guys. Oh yeah, a fun fact. Of course, can't go without a fun fact.